AskReddit by Casual Beers. What's some basic knowledge that a scary amount of people don't know? Turn signal. Turn lane. Turn. Don't put water on a grease fire. This is when your pan pot catches fire while cooking. Cover it with a pot or pan lid and turn off the heat. Edit. People in the replies have also added that baking soda and salt can work to smother the fire. Additionally, a grease fire safe extinguisher is a good thing to have in your kitchen. If the grease fire cannot be smothered, baking soda puts out a grease fire. If you run out of baking soda, salt also can help put it out. It takes a lot of both though. Drowning doesn't usually look like drowning on TV 9/10, it's just silent. The person goes under and doesn't come back up. And choking doesn't look like choking as seen on TV either. If there's any hacking coughing, they aren't choking and don't need a Heimlich maneuver. You only use the Heimlich if there's no sound coming out of their mouth. I worked in a care home. I literally had a lady choke to death on me. It was silent. I did the Heimlich, it didn't work. Another resident thought we were hurting the lady and AMP was attacking us to get off her the whole time. The chest compressions didn't work to keep her alive until the paramedics arrived. We ended up in court over it. It was the most horrific experience of my life. I will never work in care again. I did the job for 12 years before that. That mixing bleach and pine sol creates toxic fumes that can actually kill you if they build up too much in a room. A scary number of people actually do this though in their laundry or when cleaning their homes. Yes, everyone knows about bleach and ammonia, but they seem to think that's all there is. Fact is, many cleaning products can produce toxic fumes when mixed. Don't dive in the water to save a drowning person. They will kill you. Throw them a flotation device. Hand them a broomstick and pull them to safety. Do not get in the water with a panicking person. Wait until they are unconscious and then dive in to retrieve them. Source: years of swim lessons and unfortunately knowing somebody who has died trying to rescue somebody. Part of my dad's job was being a rescue swimmer for the fire department. In doing so, he's broken the noses of few people. Sometimes you have to bop them in the nose. Cops can lie to you. Cops are also not obligated to read you your Miranda rights upon arrest unless they're going to interview you, which they usually won't when they are on scene. However, that doesn't mean they won't use anything you say still against you. So keep your damn mouth shut when dealing with cops. Wait until you have a lawyer present. It is very easy to not block the whole aisle with your cart at the grocery store. Man, just spatial awareness in general. It takes an awesome amount of dismissal for me not to let it bother me, say on a crowded street or in a train car. First, there is a whole third of a car where no one is standing, yet you cluster around strangers at one end. Like being in a gaggle of your associates, while still annoying, is one thing. But mindless clogging of a public space really boggles and infuriates me. Just because it's natural doesn't mean it is automatically healthy. Just because it is artificial or synthetic doesn't mean it is automatically bad for you. Had my GF tell me yesterday that carbonated water was bad for you because it has too many chemicals in it, I almost screamed back it has 2 exclamation points. Sharing someone's personal images, whether they're an adult or a minor, whether you are an adult or a minor, can still end you on the sex offender registry. Revenge porn is real, even for adults. Keep your NSFW pics to yourself. Definitely. My cousin almost talked me into making a group chat like that until I realized how messed it was sharing those type of photos. So glad we don't talk anymore. Where their water shut off is in their house. Found this out the hard way. To be fair, I had just bought the flat and was still working things out. I did at least clock where the gas shut off was right away. How long it takes a semi-truck to stop. It always makes me mad when I pass a semi, give them enough space before getting up over, and some asshole decides that the space I was leaving for the semi to need to stop is actually for his dumbus to slide into. First aid. People living alone, please Google how to do a Heimlich on yourself. And remind yourself regularly. It could save your life when you have no one else around. That Africa is not a country. Also, not all black people are African American. How to spot an obvious scam. Look how many people fall for those clickbait articles and chain posts and propaganda and stuff. Saw something this morning about some chick falling for a fake astronaut scam. Said he needed money to get back to Earth. Just, scam? People really be this stupid? How to merge in traffic. Specifically zipper merging. People are fucking terrible at that. How to tell if food has gone bad. When I worked in a meat department, we got like one call a day from people saying I bought this X days ago. Is it still good, lady? I'm not there with you. This ain't a smellophone. You're going to have to use your own senses and brain on this one. My mom will always use meat before the date on the package and refuse to use meat even one day after. It's infuriating. I've had too many conversations that go, man, this bacon doesn't taste right. Yeah, I know. It smelled funky in the package, too. Then why did you cook it? It doesn't expire until tomorrow. Sit properly in any vehicles. Leg injuries are no joke, and you can even break your legs easily in a car crash because your legs were on the dashboard. Saw someone a few days ago who was driving and had their left foot out the window. Ponies are small horses, not baby horses. Baby horses are called foals. Cooking. Right, it is so simple. Buying the ingredients for meth is the hard part. That not all internet news is real. Or the news in our papers and on the news on TV. How a four-way stop works. Every hurricane in Florida with several traffic lights go out. People are supposed to treat it like a four-way stop, but instead they do this nonsense. Oh, he went, 10 more of us will go. It's fine. I actually saw one light where people were doing it correctly after Ian and I nearly shit myself. I was so shocked. I'd almost prefer that to what happens in the Midwest. Every four-way stop is a nightmare because people want to be polite and wave at you to go first, even if they were sitting there stopped before you even rolled up. Be predictable, not polite. Evidence-based reasoning and what evidence means. Prove it. That EpiPens and Narcan do not stop reactions overdoses. They slow them down, so getting a person to proper care is still a necessity. Dude, let me tell you a story about this co-worker I used to have. She was allergic to chocolate, so when she wanted to have chocolate she would use her EpiPen first, then eat chocolate. That the scientific meaning of theory isn't what the colloquial sense means. More generally, there are a lot of terms that mean one specific thing within a certain field or industry that means something completely different when talked about in a different field or just in the general population. Edit. When I wrote this comment I was mainly thinking about innocent examples like how non-IT people sometimes refer to their computers as a CPU. It's pretty cool that everyone has taken this and given much more important examples in discussion. If anyone cares and didn't already know, in technical terms a CPU refers to the main chip inside your computer responsible for most of the general purpose processing. Control plus C, Control plus V. Control plus W equals instantly close a tab on a browser. Control plus Shift plus T equals reopen the last closed tab. Bonus. Control plus Shift plus N equals opens incognito tab window. You can't reopen tabs on incognito once it's gone, it's gone. Non-porn bonus. Control plus Shift plus Escape to open Task Manager instead of doing Control or Delete. Much easier keybind to hit. Blinkers aren't for you. They are to warn other road users of your intentions. Blinking a fraction of a second before you turn, or worse, start to turn then activate the blinkers does fuck all. A guest requested their chicken to be cooked medium rare this week. I don't understand why I have to stress that chicken only leaves the kitchen when it's completely cooked. A colleague tried raw chicken hearts on vacation. Some local thing. Was violently ill. That you should wait for people to get off the elevator when it arrives at your floor, instead of cramming yourself in when the doors open, blocking their departure. And keep walking when you go through a door or step off an escalator. Tax brackets. You only pay the higher rate on the portion above the threshold amount. Edit. Great example video. Here. https://yahoo.be/vjhsjupw close bracket. This drives me fucking crazy. I work in manufacturing and make enough that we're right below the threshold for the next tax bracket. So many of my co-workers refuse to take overtime only because they think they'll actually make less money on their paycheck than if they didn't. How to swim. I have mastered the art of not drowning in water I can't stand in. What's it called again?